Yeah, Lord.
Chapter 4.
Oh, hallelujah.
Yes.
Of the book of St. Matthew. My Lord. I want to begin reading.
Yeah, Lord.
All right.
Thank you, Jesus. Oh, hallelujah.
All right. At verse 1.
Preach, Pastor. Preach.
Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. When he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward hungry. When the tempter came to him, he said, "If thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread." He answered and said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God." Then the devil, taking him into the holy city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and said unto him, "If thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone." Jesus said unto him, "It is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God." The devil came again. The devil taketh him up into exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and said unto him, "All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me." He said, then said Jesus unto him, "Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve." Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. Thank you for standing up. I want to talk to you today, try to make relevant the time and the day of celebration and graduation. I want to talk about it after the graduation. All right. Graduation. After graduation. There are times when we need to appreciate things taught before the graduation, so we can know how to deal with things after the graduation. Amen. I think in order to appreciate my argument today, we have to know what verse 4, chapter 3 rather, has to say. Jesus is baptized by John in chapter 3.
All right, preach it, Doc.
And you remember he went to John down at Jordan's river and said, "Baptize me." John said, "No, really, I need you to baptize me."
Yeah.
But Jesus said to John, "Suffer it to be so." He baptizes Jesus. John baptizes Jesus. And then come up out of the water. The book says straightway he came up out of the water. And notice what happened. Latter part of chapter 3, it says Jesus saw the heavens open up. The Spirit of God descended from heaven in the form of a dove and landed on Jesus. back then was the voice heard out of heaven that said, behold, this is my son, in whom I am well pleased. I want to say the baptism of Jesus was a graduation.
All right.
He was ready to move now into ministry. He graduated from now at 30 years old, man, and he's ready to be taken to the next level. He went through the baptism. I believe that if you allow me to put it in a modern vernacular, God himself delivered the baccalaureate address when he said, behold, this is my son, in whom I am well pleased. If I may say to our children today, it ought to be your job, your aim, your ambition to make sure that it can be said of you, as God said of his son Jesus, this is my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased. Now, after the graduation, in terms of preparation, in terms of elevation, how do we get there? How do we get to where we are above where we were and able to handle the next levels of life? I come to tell all of us today, it's going to take some spiritual graduation. We've got to graduate spiritually. You cannot remain in kindergarten. I don't care how much you like to teach you can't stay in kindergarten the rest of your life. You can't stay in the first grade. There has to be some spiritual graduation. There has to be some aim to know that when you enter into the Lord's kingdom, you didn't come to remain at this level. You come to graduate, to move to the next level, because you do know with every level there is another devil. You got to get higher than what you were, because if you stay on the lower level, you can only handle a lower devil. But if you really want to graduate, when you really want to have spiritual muscle and fortitude, you've got to get ready for the graduation. That means that you've got to be prepared for the things that are coming your way. Life is not just all fun and no preparation. There has to be some making ready of one body, spirit, and soul to be able to get to the next level. Be able to prepare yourself for what is to come. You must be willing to apply yourself so that when graduation day is upon you, you will be able to graduate and know that you're not graduating at the end of the class. Those of us who have and who will be graduating will always need to know that behind every accomplishment are challenges that will present themselves, and if you don't handle the challenge right, it will look much like a setback. But I want to tell you that all that looks like a setback is not really a setback if you've got God directing your life. Yes. Satan identifies himself in our lives and will not shy away from letting you know that he is on duty. He shows up, and matter of fact, I cannot tell you that Satan is in your graduating class, because every time you graduate, Satan is standing near with a cap and gown and saying, I'm going with you. What are you going to do with him? You got to be familiar with the text. Jesus graduated. When he come up out of the water, the Spirit of God rested upon him. The Father speaks from heaven and said, this is my Son, in whom I am well pleased. Well, one would think that when Jesus came out of the water, things would automatically be better. You've got the graduation behind you. You think now things are intact. Life is on an easy street. But I want to tell you, even the accomplishment of baptism does not exempt you from being poked at and picked on by the devil. You would think that leaving the baptism, Jesus would be feeling good, and must have been. He considered and gave himself to 40 days of prayer and fasting. Graduation means that you're not done. You're just ready to get the next level complete.
All right.
And so while he was in